blood is thicker than water. It should be, anyway. Yeah.
How old were your parents when they had you?
45. And I was the sixth in the family. John was the oldest in the family, and Bill was the second. Then Mary, then Peggy, Margaret, Catherine. Mm-hmm. You know Catherine.
Yeah.
There is a house built out of stone. Wooden floors, walls, and window sills. Tables and chairs warmed by all of the dust. This is a place where I don't feel alone. This is a place where I feel at home.
They were more than, I was spoiled by them, actually.
Really?
Being the surprise that I was, they took very good care of me.
I built a home for you, for me.
You say, what was his biggest accomplishment? You know, I can remember when we were at his senior prom at the Congressional Country Club in Washington. He said, you know, I'm going to be in Congress someday. So he knew then that he wanted politics in some way. You know, how many people can live their dream? I mean, how many people go to work every day and don't like what they're doing? He was so blessed. He never went to work complaining, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I went to work like, who am I going to screw today? You know, no.
I heard you were the opposite of that. Fair and just.
Yeah.
I built a home for you, for me.
I was always a person who believed that you had to work with the judges to find out what they want. Never do it alone. Always try to get some help. You know.
It's time to live.
Huh?
I was so lucky because, you know, some men come home from work and their wife doesn't have any idea what they did, or, you know, he doesn't want to talk about it, he's just glad to be home. I was like, oh, so what happened? So what happened today? And, you know, it was nothing that he couldn't tell, you know. I was like, oh, it's exciting.
Did you ever give him any legal advice?
Oh.
Out in the garden where we planted the seeds, there is a tree as old as me.
We never talked about how you met Grandma.
How did I meet her? It was in high school. There was a big snowstorm. I walked out to Rocky River and then went sledding with a couple girls. One of them had to be Grandma, and I ended up marrying Sita. never heard of the Zita before, you know. But anyway, that's how we met. I thought, yeah, she seemed like a pretty good person. And she went to school in Washington for a year, but I saw her maybe a couple of times. And I think maybe one of those times I thought, what am I doing? I'm going around with these Trinity girls, and he says, you know, they should be, you know, paying more attention to the girl from Rocky River. So
Branches were sold by the color of green. The ground had rose and past its knees.
If you could give advice to your kids and grandkids about relationships, what's the secret to such a long, happy marriage?
that presumes a couple of things, you know. You know, understanding, good looks with her, you know. So anyway, respect. But that's, you know, it's worked. You know?
I'd say so.
All right.
By the cracks of his skin, I climbed to the dawn. I climbed the tree to see the world. When the guys came around to blow me down, held on as tightly as you held on to me.
What is your proudest accomplishment of all, out of everything?
Conquering her.
Gia?
Now tell the truth.
6 children. 25 grandchildren. No, that's true. That's true. And she's number one, though.
Sounds like there's some similarities in your law career and your marriage. You said understanding and respect.
Right.
Worked for both.
Yeah. As a lawyer, you know, there's highs and lows of, you know, abilities and wins and losses. You know, you meet the same people going up as you do coming down. And if you have any compassion or any understanding about people, you got to remember that as a judge, you know, you're not the sole arbiter of power. You've got responsibilities that you got to take care of. You got to try to be fair. It's helpful to have respect and understanding of the same people on your way up and on your way down, because that's life, highs and lows.